McLaren has told Daniel Ricciardo they intend to replace him with Oscar Piastri next season. A source has confirmed to ESPN. What if Piastri's like, I'm not joining McLaren? It's sad news for him, so we gotta have a nice pup to say hello to. Little Bear's so nice. He's so friendly. McLaren has told Daniel Ricciardo it intends to replace him with Formula 2 champion Oscar Piastri next season. A source close to Australian driver has confirmed to ESPN. ESPN understands Ricciardo was informed of the decision by team boss. After the Hungarian Grand Prix on Sunday evening, and is now in discussions with the team over financial settlement to leave his contract a year earlier than the expiration date. Multiple sources have told ESPN McLaren and Piastri have signed a deal for next year, and now only Alpine's appeal to the FIA Contract Recognition Board could stop him from driving there. Wow. I wonder if Alpine would actually do that, though, because what I understood was that from what I'd heard, other people say, the rumors, I don't know how official any of it is, but they were saying that Alpine had the chance to take him as the driver, but for the contract, because they basically trained him up over the last years. They've been taking him to the track, F2. I don't know how it all works. I haven't got into F2, F3, all that quite yet, but still quite new to a lot of this. But I guess maybe they didn't pull the trigger fast enough on it, and then he was like, nah. So that was why it was such a big deal that he was like, no, I'm not joining Alpine. And it was probably because he had something else lined up, and it looks like it was because he had this lined up, dude. On Tuesday, Alpine's announced Piastri would replace Aston Martin-bound Fernando Alonso. But Piastri tweeted over an hour later saying he's not going to be joining. Yeah, this is what I'm saying. This was it. I actually didn't even see the tweet itself here. Did they have a link to it? Reaffirm the commitment. No, they just linked to all their own stuff. All right, whatever. Assuming McLaren's contract with Piastri is upheld, Ricciardo now seems likely to take the Alpine seat. Oh, that would be cool. His fellow Australian did not want for the 23 season, which would mean a smaller payout than if he sat out the full year. Ricciardo raced at Alpine when it was known as Renault. Oh, yeah. In 2019 and 2020. I always forget that they made that change from it. Because Ricciardo switched from Red Bull to Renault, right? And that was like an unexpected thing in general. I at least that's how, because I watched the Drive to Survive series. That's what I remember from that. Because I was surprised he did it from what they were talking about on that. The management team has completely changed since he left McLaren, which we believe to have been one major obstacle to him going back. Ricciardo was one of the grid's strongest performers in 2020, and there's a feeling in the Formula One paddock he needs a change of scenery to turn to his old form. New Alpine team boss, I'm not even going to attempt it. This is like me trying to read chat's names. I'm sorry that I ruin your guys' names so often, by the way, but that's how I keep you coming back. Recently said he would have no objection with Ricciardo coming back to the team. Maybe that's what's going to happen then. I mean, that sounds like a high probability. A move to a French team would also come with the appealing prospect of racing McLaren on track next year, with the two teams fighting for fourth in this year's championship and likely to be similarly matched next season. A left field option would be for Ricciardo to replace Mick Schumacher at Haas, with sources telling ESPN Steiner recently, that's the head guy for Haas, right? Recently reached out to the Australian to see where his head was at. However, a major obstacle would be Ferrari, who are believed to have a final say over who drives in the seat at the American team. Interesting. I don't quite understand that one, but that's interesting. I'll have to figure out more. According to the reports from Racer, McLaren is trying to help Ricciardo find a race seat for next year. The Piastri coup is a big moment for McLaren, as it is embarrassing for Alpine. Yeah, dude, that's got to be super embarrassing, dude. Who looks set to have lost a two-time world champion and a potential future world champion to rival teams in the space of 72 hours. Dude, and Piastri's looking good. I apparently So imagine he does join McLaren, him and Lando, freaking 21-year-old, 22-year-old, these cracked kids just go. What if they just go on a pop off next year and dominate and take over, dude? That would be sick. For his rookie year, it'd be a strong candidate for the best young driver pairing for the F1 grid. That would be so sick, dude. I like it. That's crazy. I mean, this is that's pretty wild, but that's pretty cool. I'm really interested to see what happens on that, man. Holy. Hey, if we were racing for McLaren, me and Fuglet, we lost so many of their wings, they wouldn't keep us as drivers. We've lost too many of their wings already. Yeah, in all of our practice sessions. We're not the young cracked kids capable of doing it clearly here, dude.